Lord one, come on in, sit a spell, and we'll make some banana bread. It's getting close to the holidays. Haven't made anything for a while. Been down in the dumps where my pop passed away. Plus I had my foot operated on. I had a bunionectomy. And so for 6 weeks I've been pretty much out of commission. So anyway, let's get started on this. 350 on the oven. It'll take an hour to make a loaf, or it'll take between 35 to 45 minutes. If you want to make 4 mini loaves, you can do that, and that'd be good little gifts if you wanted to give some little things away. And I had my bananas that were about ruined anyways, and so I decided I better make something out of them. And it takes 4 bananas, a half a teaspoon of vanilla, stick of butter, which is a half a cup, and you got to have flour. Flour, you have to have 1/2 cups. We're not going to use all-purpose. We're going to use self-rising. We're not going to put all that soda powder and the salt in. We're not going to do that. We're just going to use self-rising because it'll all be just as good, and it's a lot faster and easier. And sugar, you're supposed to have a cup of sugar, 2 eggs beaten, and then we have to have, I think, a half a cup of chopped walnuts. And then we're going to spray our pan with some of this instead of putting oil or grease and flour. And this doesn't have the flour in it, but I'm going to use it anyways because I want to, and it's just going to be easier, and I think it'll work out just fine. So let's give this thing a go, and I'll get started stirring it up here in just a second. So the first thing we want to do is we want to take our sugar, a cup of sugar, and we want to take our stick of butter, and we want to smush them together and get them all mixed up good. There's my cup of sugar, and we're going to smooth them together, cream them together, I guess you would say. And I'm just going to use a fork. Didn't say nothing about using a mixer. I don't know, but I'm going to use my trusty old silverware and see what it does. We'll see how it turns out. So I tried to leave it out a little while and let it get soft, but I didn't leave it out too long. Probably not as long as I should have. So this might be a little bit of a job to get all smooth together, but we will do it eventually. Because the more I smush around, the more it's all going to get softer, and it's all going to be combined together. Who knows, later on we might decide we do need that mixer, but we're going to see how it goes. See, it's a stirring up. Just give me a minute, we'll see what we do. Okay, I think that's about as good as I'm going to cream it. That is a workout. And it don't need to be any more creamed than that right there. It's stuck pretty good together. The rest of the mixture will make it damper and wetter. It'll be good. But let me tell you, my left hand, my left arm, they got exercise today. So, next thing we're going to do is beat us 2 eggs. Okay, we'll take our fork and start smushing. Smush a word? I don't think it is. I guess it's my word. I've got my oven warming up on 350. I'm about ready to get it done enough, finished enough here. I can get this thing going maybe. I'm getting hungry for it, and I still gotta wait an hour to get to eat it, so daggone, I gotta get on with it. Don't you hate when you're craving something, you've been wanting something, and you just, takes a little time. It ain't hard, just takes time. So, now look at that. So, we're gonna put these eggs in there and mix those together so we can put it in our other mixture here in a minute. Oh yeah, that makes it real soft and easy. Look at that. That's just gonna be so good. Hot, right out of the oven, the way I like to eat it. Then it's good cold too. But fresh banana nut bread, one of my favorite things. Okay, so now we're gonna put it in here in our other mixture. Okay, here we go. We'll stir this up. This is our sugar and our butter and our eggs and our bananas. It's being very easy now to get all stirred up, you see. I thought I was going to have to get my mixer out, but no. I feel like it's in pretty good shape. Now putting the flour in is going to make it a little thicker. That won't be no problem. So I've got to have 1.5 cups of flour put in my other mush mixture. So I put a cup of flour in here, and I'm going to stir it a little bit before I put the other half a cup, so I do get it mixed up good. Since I didn't do sifting, and since I didn't do all-purpose flour and all of that, I don't want it to be lumpy and icky, you know. I don't want none of that in it, so I'm going to have to stir it up good to make sure all that is together good, because we don't want that. Now we're going to put the other half a cup of flour in it. And see? Now that's making a good batter. I'm spilling flour everywhere. I am a messy cook or baker, either one you want to call it. I do make a mess. Now we're supposed to put us half a teaspoon of vanilla in here. I'm just putting some, I don't know. That was at least a half teaspoon, maybe a little more, and that'll all be good. It don't matter. This is a half a cup of chopped walnuts, and I done had them measured out, so I wouldn't have to do that. So I think that's everything we gotta have in our mixture. So we're just about ready to put that in the oven. I had some tenderloin earlier today because one of my church friends was selling tenderloin and homemade sausage, and I bought some sausage, and I hadn't done anything with the tenderloin, so I made a tenderloin sandwich. I should have showed you that. Man, that was good stuff. Now, don't that look good? Now think about if you're having 4 little mini loaves, and you know, you've got friends, you know, some people just can't cook and don't cook or aren't able to, or to bake, and they just live out of a store without ever making anything or having anything different, or a neighbor that's maybe disabled. You were making them up a little, because I know a lot of people make candy, and you had a little mini loaf of this right here to go with it. Now, they would just be something that they probably don't get every day. Now, looky here. See how good that looks? Now, 1 hour, we'll be ready to do a good old taste test. Okay, everyone, I've got it made. This is what it looks like. I should have put a little flour on it, on the pan, because it did want to. It didn't stick, but it didn't get all of its good crust off. But doesn't that look good? So I've been waiting for this. I'm ready for a good old taste test. So let's give it a go. It's still got crunch. Yes, that's good. You're going to enjoy that. And that's a big loaf. That's going to do me a day or two. So I hope everybody enjoys this recipe. You'll like it. Won't you give it a go? And you know, it's the time of year to be making stuff. It's time of year to be baking and cooking and enjoying family and friends and taking gifts to people. Homemade gifts and homemade baking and cooking. People enjoy that about better than anything. So anyway, y'all come back and see me. I'll try to have you some more stuff. Hopefully before Christmas. We need to make another thing or two so that y'all can get started. I'm Country Sherry at Country Sherry 23, and I'll have a subscribe button up in one of the corners somewhere. I'll talk to y'all later.